This grilling season, don't just fire up the barbecue. Elevate it with meats from around the globe, delivered straight to your door by the Butcher Shop Direct. They're not your average butcher. Butcher Shop Direct sources premium cuts from over 5 continents: Argentina, Japan, New Zealand, Spain, the US, and right here in Canada. Whether it's a tomahawk steak from Australia or melt-in-your-mouth Wagyu from Japan, they bring the world's best to your backyard. And here's the game changer. Every order is cut fresh on the day of delivery. No sitting in a freezer, no guesswork, just top quality meat, expertly prepared and grilled ready. Planning a cookout? Check out their handcrafted burger patties and small batch sausages, perfect for taking your barbecue from good to unforgettable. And right now, you can save 15% off of your first order. Just visit butchershopdirect.com and use promo code EatingWild15 at checkout. Plus, get free delivery on all orders over $250. That's EatingWild15 to save, and free delivery when you stock up. Butcher Shop Direct. Premium, fresh, delivered.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, Pat, have you ever eaten freshwater drum? And I didn't want the guests to feel,
like this was weird.
Like it was weird.
People say that in Sheephead they have a rock.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Absolutely. Yeah. They caught a fish expecting to eat it, but now she's going to get jewelry.
We're not here to ruffle feathers, but we like being honest.
And that's when people get hurt, right? They're trying to take a hook out and they're all hyped up.
Yeah,
right?
We've seen it so many times.
My voice took a beating, but listen, man, we were the star of the show, like always.
I don't know.
I don't know if I would say that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're back at the Toronto Spring Fishing and Boat Show 2026, and I've got my co-hosts here, Antonio Smash Maleka and Christopher Showtime Johnston. What's going on, boys?
Day 3.
Musky Sunday.
Musky Sunday, yes. Love Musky Sunday. Always loved Musky Sundays. What's going on today? Who's here for Musky Sunday?
You know what, Lou? We got Wagner's here. Sarek is here. We got a whack of dudes here, man. It's going to be a banger. I think they already did something this morning, though. Eh? They remember back in the day we used to come. They used to do it before the doors open.
Yeah. They're exclusive, these Musky guys. Eh?
Yeah.
They're behind the scenes, kind of. Doors aren't open, but if you catch Musky, you say a password, you can get in. Yeah.
Musky fishermen are a special breed.
Yeah, they're special.
We saw how special they were at yesterday's karaoke party.
Oh, boy.
So you know how I always say you guys got a voice of an angel?
Yeah.
What's the opposite of that?
Voice of
Devil?
Or I don't know, man. But listen, it definitely wasn't Fergie and Jesus. I'll tell you that much.
Oh boy!
Look at the turnout here today, boys.
Yeah, man.
Look at this.
Yes, very
It's
good
packed.
turnout today. It's good to see the hallways are full. People are around. We got people buying spices right now. Actually,
Yeah.
We got Cody Kovanchek working his tail off in our
And his
booth.
crew.
He's got his crew. Listen, man, when you're in the UFC, you have to have a crew now. You got to have that
guess so.
entourage.
Who's going to say no to him? You're going to get popped if you don't buy the 4
When you
and
see
1.
you see the cauliflower ear,
Yeah, man.
you can't say no.
Yeah, they're buying
he's
Louis.
coming in asking
Oh,
for-
no.
What's
Sorry?
the question?
Oh, now he's selling hoodies, this guy.
I think that might be our last one, brother.
Yay, we got a supporter here. We
Oh,
love it. Yes,
yeah,
look at that. Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fire spice. Okay.
But yeah, you know what? You mentioned the guys here. We also had, I got to give a huge shout out to Ethan Warcop. Okay.
Oh,
if nobody
yeah.
knows who Ethan is, he works.
Easy E.
Easy E.
Yeah.
What a nickname.
Yeah.
Ethan works for me, man. And he came by just to say hi yesterday. He got
Yeah.
in the show. He worked the whole day.
He ended
Buddy.
up staying here at our booth, and he sold out of a bunch of stuff. It was hilarious.
You know what I said to him? Say, you ain't getting a raise, pal. I know what you're trying to do at the shop. But
Ethan, if you leave Antonio and you want to sell cigars, come to
hey,
me,
come
man.
on. You can't poach, man.
Yeah,
Are you
well,
nuts?
Hey, man, talent's talent.
Talent's talent. You find him in weird places.
Yeah, man. Did he sign a contract with you?
No, he didn't.
There we go.
I think
Yeah.
there better be paperwork going. Hey, do you need anybody on the trowel?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. But yeah, good time, brother. It is busy today. I mean, our spices have been selling well. And to be honest, I asked you, Lou, this morning, which one was our top seller?
The good old lime and lemon pepper.
It's been popping off the
Yeah, the
shelf.
key
I knew
lime
it.
lemon pepper
I knew it.
has been on fire. We have a little tasting station where people can drop a little spice on,
Smell them.
and smell them, taste them, and such good feedback. I'm actually kind of surprised.
What?
Yeah,
surprised about?
I'm not surprised because we've been hyping these spices
for so long.
And it's so great to see them in bottles and not those brown bags. It's fantastic. And Lou, you killed it on the labeling, man. We're getting a lot of good compliments on it. It's really good.
Right
man.
on, boys. Right on.
You guys went and visited a couple lodges. You guys were speaking to a
Yes.
couple people.
Yeah.
We got some lodges coming on.
Boys, we need to do a lodge trip, a flying trip.
Yeah,
we haven't done
it
one
man.
yet.
We haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
So that's something that's on our radar, and that's got to happen soon. So we're going to talk to those guys as well. And I think we're just going to have fun. It's the last day. Siege and I are definitely going to do some shopping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're okay.
What are you doing? This looks
Cody's,
a little light, man. I don't know if it's 20 for me, 20 for you kind of thing.
Man,
these guys are exchanging cash over
You
here.
guys are sending dough to each
It looks
other.
good, man. Looks good. Keep up the work, man.
Siege is all business.
Yeah,
here.
it looks good, man.
Siege is all business.
Keep it up, man.
Good job, Cody. Good job.
Better be doubling this by noon. Okay, man.
You're a hard guy to work
Hey,
for.
man.
That's what I'm
We're
learning,
putting
man.
all this down on his next fight. So
Yeah, that's true.
Can't
But
wait to
that's
double
true.
it.
Any money we make is going to our editor. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Make us look good.
Yeah,
Vova.
you make us look good, okay,
Yeah.
pal? Because your pockets will be full today.
Yeah, we're paying you cash today.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up because we
Yes.
got to go have some fun.
Yes.
This is a great start. Loving it and hunting, fishing, loving every day.
That's it. Ciao.
Welcome back, Eating Wild. We're here, special guest. We got Showtime Jansen, co-host, Top Dog Prayer. Boys, we got a familiar face sitting next to us right now, Mr. Steve Niedzwiecki.
Hey,
from
folks.
Diaries of a Lodge Owner.
You butchered it, Tone.
Yeah,
No.
Steve, do the intro.
Can you do the intro?
Diaries.
You got to do the classic Stevie intro. Let's go.
The old This Week on the Outdoor Journal Radio Podcast
Yes.
Networks, Diaries of a Lodge Owner, Stories of the North.
Yes, man. Buddy, I wanted you to
boy.
MC my wedding.
Yeah.
Well, if I get married again, but Wendy's not listening, so it's not
Oh,
gonna
there
happen.
you go.
Yeah.
So how you doing, buddy? What's
I'm
going
doing
on?
doing great.
Yeah.
Down here at the show on Musky Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, my oldest son is an addict, so I had to follow him down, make sure he didn't get too deep in the weeds buying all these different baits. You know, the water wolf, hose bait, all those.
So he's a diehard.
Oh, and the crazy thing about my son, okay? He's found these groups on Facebook where you put $20 in and they it's
like a little lottery.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
raffle off these baits and all kinds of stuff, and the little prick wins everything.
No way.
He's got all of the luck that I don't have. And just like 5 minutes ago, we were watching Sarek and Lazarus and
Doug Wagner.
Doug Wagner
Yeah.
up on stage, and Andy Plata, the creator of all of this.
Yeah.
They were giving away musky baits again. They walk around, they give us all one little ticket. The first fucking number they call,
Yeah.
Rayburn.
No way. Are you serious?
No, I'm not shitting you.
What the hell, man?
We need to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Just take him everywhere we go.
Can we get him to fill out the ballot for this beautiful boat?
We'll pay for the tickets and we'll split it. We'll split that boat.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome, brother. So
No.
what's happening with Diaries of a Lodge Owner? What's cracking, brother? How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Just chugging along, trying to figure things out. You know as well as I do, it's not easy to make money with a podcast with in the environment that we're competing. So, I do it because I love doing it, and you walk around the Sportsman Show, and you get a lot of people that come up and say, "Hey, I had a first responder fella come up and he just said, 'Hey, Steve,' he recognized my voice."
You got that
Right?
that
And-
folk trademark.
Yeah, and that is why I continue to do it, because after, we got to be up to, I know I'm in the range of 130 episodes,
Yeah.
which, we're going on a couple of years. it isn't easy to find
No.
the content and interesting things to talk about. And so, I'm constantly kind of trying to brainstorm, how am I going to monetize this to make it worth it? And how can I make it better? And basically it's coming down to I'm trying to work a whole kind of internal network with myself. I've got the island, the cottages and bunkies, guiding. I'm going to start to guide a little bit more.
No way. Good for you.
Yeah. So, and then spin that into the podcast as
Right.
well. Number one, find content.
Yeah.
Number two, maybe use that as a tool to fill the other side of things up, right? So
Yep.
that's kind of the stuff with Diaries that I'm kind of looking at.
So for our listeners, if you haven't heard his podcast before, Steve was owner of a world famous lodge, and your podcast, we listen all the time. What I like about it is the background stories of a lodge owner. You interview other lodge owners, and because we don't see that stuff. We show up to a lodge and be like, bah, bah, bah. We don't see what behind the scenes.
I remember I could even, Stevie can even, and I don't know if you remember the conversation we had, the shit that goes behind the scenes just in the food aspect.
Oh my God.
Dealing with a chef, dealing with menus, bed and breakfast. Like, we have no idea what goes on as an owner. We usually just go up. Lou,
Show up.
Me and Lou's favorite thing was breakfast. We used to go to, I don't know if you know Lac Air Lodge.
Yep.
So Lac Air Lodge, back in the day, we used to go, and we loved it because Lou was a big breakfast guy. I was always antsy to get on the water, but Lou's like, no, we're going to have breakfast.
We
So-
would fish in the morning and then come back
That's
for
right.
breakfast.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
All
right.
right.
And okay, relax.
And then that one year that they
thanks,
had
tips.
the one year they had the water problem, I had a problem
Yeah, you did.
because I couldn't eat.
We went across the lake, though.
And I
They
got my
across the lake.
and I got my PB on that trip.
That's right.
So anyways, long story short, they shut the breakfast down at the lodge. Lou's pissed off. We have to cross this bay to go to another place that's serving breakfast.
It was great, too.
The boat breaks down. Lou looks at me. I'm trying to help him. He loses his mind. He's like, "Don't look at me, man. Cast over there." I cast over there and I caught my personal best muskie.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
that's
That's a
that
great story.
It
Yeah,
is.
It is.
I think you told that on Diaries.
I
Yes,
did.
yes.
I did.
Yeah.
I've
But-
heard it too many times.
That's right. I shortened it a bit. I did. I shortened it a
You
bit.
did.
Relax,
the Coles
man. What's your
notes, the
problem?
Coles notes of it.
Oh man. But anyways, regardless, a lot behind the scenes that goes on. So your podcast brings that out, right?
Yeah, well, and now that I don't own a lodge in particular, and especially when I have other lodge owners on, I like to push the envelope a little bit.
Right.
Because from a lodge owner's perspective, there's a lot of things that are really, really interesting and make great stories to hear, but when you have that business, you definitely do not want people to know that shit's going on in the back.
Yes, yes,
Right?
yes,
There's
yes.
a lot of real
Yeah.
real world situations
Yeah.
that you're dealing with. And if I always worried I used to say, if I could make a television show out of all of the crazy shit that happens behind the scenes, I would be a millionaire, but nobody would ever come.
That would be a great show.
Yeah.
Actually, I would tune into that.
Because
man.
from, like you said, dealing with chefs and with all due respect to you boys, I love you like brothers.
Yeah.
But crazy like shithouse rats, man.
That's him. No, it
But
is.
Yeah.
I always run into chefs that were kind of transient.
Oh, okay.
Because I was always looking for a seasonal person, somebody that's going to work. Now, I did find Chef Dave, and he's still at Chaudière. He worked 3 or 4 years for me, and then he's been with Craig. Dave is very good. You know what? Not just chefs. Every person that works long hours, lives together in tight quarters on an island in the middle of the French River are going to have their moments.
Yeah.
Including me.
They got to be a little bit off, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just to find people that want to subject themselves to that environment.
Yeah.
really creates interesting situations.
But
to
hey,
say the
we
least.
know a lot of them. We know a lot of these people that
Yeah.
work at these lodges.
Yeah,
We've had
yeah.
them on our show,
Yeah.
and super interesting people, amazing stories. But yes,
Yep.
you are living that transient style of life.
Yeah, and it's the right style for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I had the best of both worlds. I was established and living in Shelburne, and I had the lodge business for a decade on the Upper French River, and I spent half the year there and half the year at home, and
Wow.
and little bits and pieces in between, right? So, and that was good and bad,
Yeah.
you know.
And everyone probably thought you did a lot of fishing as a lodge owner. We hear you guys don't do a lot of fishing when you own a lodge.
Before I bought it, I had these visions of grandeur.
Yeah.
You know, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a July and getting into the cedar strip canoe with a hula popper and the steam coming off the water and paddling and catching a big old largemouth and then coming in for breakfast as everything's being served to everybody. And you know how many times that come true?
Once?
None.
Oh, man. You had it for how many years?
Never. 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want to fish, don't buy a lodge.
No, the only fishing that you could kind of say that I did was guiding, and that happened when one of two things happened. I messed up and overbooked my guides, and
Okay.
I couldn't tell guests no, and I would go out with them.
Yeah.
Or number two, one of my guides didn't show up for
Right.
whatever reason.
Right.
And I would go out. And guiding is not fishing.
Yeah.
I love them both, but they're two totally different things.
It's babysitting.
Yeah, for the most part. No, you know what? More than that, it's entertaining.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
Right? It's entertaining, and that is the true key to successful guiding. And as an owner, identifying those guides that are going to be top tier versus guides that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And not always are the best anglers the best guides.
I've heard that.
To be honest with you, a lot of times the best anglers don't make good guides because they want to fish.
And they keep their secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the secrets are something that's a whole different can of worms.
Right.
Secrets from ownership, secrets from other guides.
Yeah.
You know, and I always was very my model was share and share alike.
Right.
You know, every guide has their A spot, and they don't want to give that up, because when you need a spot, you need a spot, especially when, muskie's one thing, but especially when you're doing a shore lunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And to find shore lunchable fish,
You need to provide, man.
yeah,
And now,
yeah,
does that guide have to prepare the fish too?
absolutely.
Oh, geez, hard to find a good.
So let me
stick.
ask you, Steve, would the guides keep their spots secret with the other guides? Was that a common thing or not really?
It can be a common thing, but I tried to make it uncommon. Now,
That's interesting.
Yeah,
the
that is a good
guides
question.
the guides would always have, one or two aces in the hole.
But would the other guides know about those aces?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Yeah.
1-2 spots that you would keep, because on Lake Nipissing in the and even today, in the time that I owned it, walleye is what you want to eat. I tried to change that dynamic to northern pike, right?
Nice,
Even
nice.
smallmouth.
Yeah.
I've told this story on Diaries, but there was one time in particular, and you don't go out and not eat.
Right.
That's totally unacceptable. Sometimes you'll eat at 2:00 rather than noon, and sometimes, like this time in particular, you'll eat freshwater drum.
What?
You're eating something.
But you're eating, yeah. And there was one guide in particular where Pat Tryon and I were
Oh,
out
yeah. Good guy.
with a group of Texans out on Lake Nipissing, and we had our shore lunch at, like I say, as late as we could push it. On the Goose Islands.
Oh, the Goose, yeah,
out,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
beaches on the
Absolutely.
north side.
Yep.
So we pulled up on that beach, and I remember Pat. We were fishing close enough, and it's getting to we got to eat time. And Pat yelled over to me. He said, "I got a drum. What should I do with it?" I said, "Throw it in the box."
No
Said, "Are
way.
you sure?" And I'm like, and I didn't want the guests to feel, you know,
Like this was weird.
like it was weird.
Just
and
a normal thing.
I just sternly said, "Throw it in the box."
Yeah.
And I had one in the box. That's why Pat was asking. He saw me put one in the box.
Okay.
And we pulled up onto the shoreline, and Pat was questioning me real hard.
Had Pat eaten?
Never,
Has he even cleaned a drum?
never.
Oh boy.
And
We're calling
I,
sheephead too.
It's
Like,
like
I mean,
sheephead,
the sheep.
but
yeah.
I had
You
like
had.
I had pulled this trick before because I
Okay.
was short.
That's the experience
Right?
of a lodge owner.
So I had freshwater drum, and he come up to me. He said, "Steve, you can't eat drum. It's not gonna be good."
Come on.
And I looked at him. I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, "Pat, have you ever eaten freshwater drum?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, how can you judge it
if you
if
haven't,
you've never had it?"
I love this. I love
Right?
this. That's
and
good.
he looked at me, and knowing full well,
Yeah.
that we got no choice. We're either going to have French fries, or we're going to have this drum. And when we filleted them, Pat did one, I did one, and they're big enough. Like they were 5-6 pounds.
Yeah.
For me, the key, I'd always heard that when you're filleting fish and you take the skin off, there's that deep colored fat.
Bloodline. Oh, the fat or
It's
the
that
bloodline?
the bloodline, and there's the
red
like
cap under the skin.
red cap
Yeah.
under the skin.
Yeah, yep. Bitter.
Take it off.
Yeah.
And I said, "Pat, make sure you take all of that off."
It's like silver skin on a deer.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It has that,
layer
yeah.
of not fat, but it's like sinew that comes
Yep.
right, and that's common on some fish.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then I said, take your fillet and down the bloodline, the lateral line. I just peel the fillet apart, and it'll actually stick to one side of the fillet or the other. The side that lateral line is stuck to, you can grab that and then peel that out like a zipper.
All right.
And you take that piece of meat out, sinew, and then we cooked that, and it was good.
How'd you cook it?
We deep fried it.
Deep fried it and all that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
what
And-
did what did your guests say?
they loved it?
There you go.
It's like what your
They
dad
loved
would
it.
say. Who does? Your dad. I love fish.
Bacon fried pike. Love it.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
gotta
good.
try
That's
that.
good.
It
We
was
have to
bacon.
try that. We got to target them one time because they're a heck of a fight.
Oh,
yeah.
there's so much fun.
You know, and just to try it one time, we have to. That's on the list this year.
Carp. I gotta try carp.
Yep.
Never
Yep.
done it. Pete Bowman actually told me it's one of his things that he's done. He's eaten it before. So it's
I've
great.
never eaten carp, so I can't speak to that. But the freshwater drum or sheep's head, it's a firm meat. It's like saltwater meat.
Okay.
Rather than like a flaky walleye pike.
Okay.
The
So you-
texture is different.
Yeah, so you could pretty much grill that kind of meat. You know what I mean?
I
You could
guess.
actually grill it. Yeah,
I don't know
because-
if you looked by any means. I've heard this theory or no, this people say that in sheephead they have a rock.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
In the head?
Absolutely.
It's just like
Yep.
right in their head, right?
Yeah, it's right behind their eyes.
wow.
It's a funny story too. When I first bought the lodge, I had a couple, and they had kids, older kids, but that owned a beautiful island and cottage. And the gentleman's he's American, and his wife is from Hong Kong.
Okay.
And he built up the biggest video library in the East. So Blockbuster in China.
Okay.
And then sold it in like 1996.
Oh wow.
And they come over to the lodge every day for every meal. Like they did nothing. Like they didn't cook or whatever.
Yeah.
And one day I had a guest bring a sheep's head in, and they're like, "Can we eat this?" And I'm like, I don't know. This was before I tried.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I don't think you can eat those.
Right.
And Gary and Kitty, the couple that I just mentioned, they were walking down past the dock, and Kitty looked at it and she said, "Oh, wow, listen, if you want, you can get the jewels out of its head."
The jewels, yes. I said rock.
Yeah,
jewels.
the jewels.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Jewels?" And then the lady that it was a couple, and she's like, "Is there jewels in this fish?" And it was already dead.
Right.
And Kitty's like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay, Kitty. Well, how do I do that?" Like,
Right.
I don't know. She said, "Well, I don't know. Split the head in half and see if you can find them." So I said, "Okay." And with the guests here now, they're anticipating finding this
Finding
stuff.
diamond in
They're
the
treasure
sheep head.
Yeah. They caught a fish expecting to eat it, but now she's going to get jewelry. So
Like shucking an oyster for a pearl.
There you go.
Exactly. So I thought, okay, well, hey, listen, I'm going to keep you happy. You're here. I'm the owner, and I'll do whatever you want. So we went over into the cleaning hut, and I got a wood saw,
Okay.
and I split the skull right between the eyes, and I opened the head up, and now I'm looking.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling around, and right in behind the eyes, sure enough, these little they look like about the size, depending on the size of the fish, but anywhere from the size of a nickel to the size of a quarter.
Okay.
That's big.
They're convex shaped, so like the mirrors you see in the malls where you can see around the corner. They're shaped just like that, and they're pearl white.
No,
They're
Really?
pearl white, and on the convex side, there's this kind of design. It looks like if a worm would eat the wood under the bark of a tree, you know?
Yeah.
On both, and they're mirror images of each other.
Wow.
Right? And there's no two that are the same. They're like a fingerprint. So I pulled these things out, and
How many were there?
two, one on each side.
Okay.
Yeah, they're you can find them. Dean and I, when we shot the Wedgeport show down in or out in Nova Scotia this year for our 40th season at Fish in Canada, they have them in tuna, bluefin tuna as well.
Oh, okay.
But they're very small. I couldn't believe how small they were, and Dean knows the technical name. If I could think about it, I would probably remember. But Dean is he's the guy that makes me look good. I'll be like, before I have to do something that's technical like that, I'll say, "Hey Dino, what's the name of that shit again?" And he'll tell me, right? So, but it's to do with I don't even know. If I would have to say sexual things, but
we might have to do a collection and make a necklace for Lou, Tone?
Yeah.
Just keep a bunch of sheep head.
I think he's more of a bracelet guy. You know what I mean?
We could get him a bracelet.
wow,
Yeah.
I had a lady come up and she was fishing specifically for them, and she made herself a beautiful pair of earrings.
There you go, Lou.
You know.
What the hell are you guys talking about, man?
What's your problem, man?
What do you
Jewels.
think this is? Yeah,
Jewels for Lou.
Yeah, I buy jewels. Okay, I don't make jewels.
Hey, man, you got to mine them somehow, right?
Yeah.
It's
I don't know why-
gold. You got to
why is
mine
Luke
it.
getting
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
mad?
take you to the back any second and give you guys some
I don't know what
jewels.
you're going to do in the back, but that's a different podcast, I guess.
Jeez, come on, Lou.
Oh, come on, Lou.
Oh, well, listen,
I
man,
love
like-
you, Lou.
I know
Yeah.
you do, man. I miss you, man.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
miss you.
Good
Well,
thing
yeah.
you guys are far apart.
And like speeding up to the time, brother. Now you're hunting. We're talking about some guns earlier
Yeah.
when you came to the booth.
Yeah.
What's happening? You've been did you get out and do much hunting this year?
You know what? I got out and did a little bit of deer hunting with my daughter.
Nice.
Actually, turkey hunting with her and deer hunting with my son Mikey, and we didn't get anything. But hunting is something that I loved when I was young, and then life took over pretty quick, and that fell by the wayside, and then the lodge come into my life. So I really haven't got back into the hunting thing and the love for firearms and just generally shooting. The marksmanship of shooting
Yeah.
is something that I really, really enjoy. And whether it's skeet, whether it's target shooting with 22s, or
Plink, plink.
yeah, you pull out the 30-30 or the 308, or if you want a little bit of noise and just that kind of stuff. So in the last couple of years, I've got back into that and have found reignited the spark.
Nice.
Right. And it's I love to, I've always been a trophy hunter, and that applies to fishing, that applies to everything else. But, as far as things go now, I like going out and being in the bush.
Yes.
Whether I get anything or not, it's not a big deal. And, obviously still the thrill of the hunt is there, and if you can find a trophy, that's great. But the other real important thing to me, especially in this economy that's been created by wow,
Yeah. Elbows up.
yeah, exactly. Well, the good guys have only been in power for 9 of the last 33 years, so I don't know what more you need to see. But going back to the environment that we're in right now, it's hard for the average person, and I'm calling myself an average person, to justify going out and spending $10 a pound on ground beef.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I can go out and I can harvest venison or moose, that meat right there is more healthy than any meat you're going to buy at the grocery store.
For sure.
Right. So just the idea of being able to harvest some protein from the land is another motivating factor. But I'm looking to buy guns. I'm a collector of everything: guns, hockey cards, musky baits, you name it. I like collecting antiques.
So you have quite the gun collection. Are you getting these emails from the ministry and all that? If you have guns on the list that are being banned and to trade in and all that. Every time I read it, I'm like, oh no.
Scares me,
But
man.
a lot of times I'm just deleting it now.
Yeah, see, the big thing that we all have to understand as gun owners, and every person that has a PAL in the province is getting in the country, they're getting these emails. And I read the last one very carefully. And the Coles notes of that email, from my understanding, are number one, the former Prime Minister Trudeau brought forth all of the regulations and ban close to 2,500 different guns in our country. There's an amnesty right now in place that says these guns are illegal, but you're not going to, there's no repercussions right now as it stands, but they have set, and I'm not sure when it was set, probably when he passed the law. The amnesty is up at the end of May for a certain number of guns, and then there's another deadline in October.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't read to find out what guns are banned.
Yeah.
Nor am I.
They provided a link, I think, right? You had to click
yeah,
that link.
sure. But
list.
you go and read it.
Yeah.
no,
you know what's crazy?
like,
There's 22s on there. Some 22s.
Well, that's the thing. They
It's
tried to. In my opinion, without getting too political, that it's a load of horse shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you if you look at numbers, if you're a numbers person and you extrapolate numbers from legal firearms owners and long guns, and you take that and you overlay it on top of crime, the number of crimes that happen by a registered weapon that in this country and any is so ridiculously low.
Yeah.
It and this program they've put, I don't even know, they're up over 1 billion, I think, and even if it's 100 million, they've started to try and collect these guns out in, I think, New Brunswick was the first place that they tried to collect these weapons, and the number of guns that they actually had turned in is like in the single digits.
Oh man,
it's crazy, and I don't know the numbers exactly,
right?
But I think I saw something on the internet, and you never know with the internet whether it's right or wrong. But the number is like 9.
Yeah.
So,
I believe it, just because why would you even take this effort of doing all this right now when you have your collection at home? You are a registered user, purchaser. It's too much. They're being on top of us way too much.
And they say that it's like they'll give you how do they assess the value?
Yeah. See, the thing is that really kind of irked me on it when I read that email. They said, we'll buy your guns back.
Right.
But we have a certain amount of money in the pool. So it's basically on a first come, first serve basis. So you can come and
Jesus, yeah.
we'll assess your weapon when you turn it in, and then we'll tell you what it's worth. So what they're saying is you have to tell us that you have a restricted firearm. And some of these firearms are collectible World War II iconic weapons, right?
Yeah.
That collectors have went out and saw at and looked for, because they're so sought after. They've spent $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 on a collector's piece, and now what you're telling me is I have to bring you this, and you're going to tell me what it's worth.
But they take it regardless.
Yes,
you're turning it in.
Yes.
So if he tells you it's
You're rolling the
$5,
dice.
Yes,
you got a problem, because that's all you're getting.
Yes. And then they say it's first come, first serve. So, you might not get any money for it at all.
Yeah.
So
bullshit.
who in their right mind, and I don't have any restricted weapons. I've really carved a bit of a niche where I like lever action, older guns, bolt out, bolts are okay, but really my lane is lever action and old pumps and old semi-autos, and none of them really are on that list. I'm not a big AR style collector that way, but do I think that if you want to buy a 22 that looks like one, I don't have a problem with that.
22.
It's a 22.
Plinker.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I have, there's rules in place right now that have been in place for the last 30 years. Yeah, I agree. Nobody needs an automatic weapon.
Right.
What do you need an automatic weapon for?
Yeah.
Right. So, it's just in my opinion, just to sum it all up, it's another huge waste of our tax-paying dollars that should be reallocated to doing something positive, like fighting crime.
Right.
Pay some more police officers. Start to educate people about how important they are, how important the first responders are. Re-educate these people on how good our police force is, and use that money to do something productive, instead of all of this baloney bullshit talk about making our streets safer by taking away hunting rifles, when really, again, a lot of people are going to call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think it's about control. I think it's about the fact that that's an area that a common person in the mind of somebody that they just want to for you not to have it.
Right.
And there's so many people out there that have no idea about our heritage and hunting and farming, being able to protect your livestock. So anyway, I could talk more.
I think everyone's got the right to their opinion, obviously, and there's good points on all sides. But for the most part, any person that we've talked to that's in the field, in the bush, that owns a gun, that respects the environment, that's a hunter like we are, they all feel the same way. Like, we're we're not bad.
That's right.
We're not bad guys. We this is a hobby. It's a pastime, and we're doing things respectfully and in the right way.
We took the courses.
So why are we being penalized?
We're
Right?
getting criminal background
But
checks,
anyways,
all
yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's $1 billion. Isn't it a lot of money they're putting into this buyback thing? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
of our tax-paying money.
That's right.
That's the kicker.
And it's been on so much shit. You can go back and look at all the money they pissed away on the registry, the gun registry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So much money went into that, and it didn't work.
Right.
Why are they doing this now, knowing that doesn't work?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
know.
some of them will listen to this podcast and be like, you know what? We're going to change it. We
Yeah.
listened to Steve on the Eating Wild podcast. They made a lot of good points, and you're a well-spoken man, so change it, please, people.
Well, hey, listen, if you want to come on to either podcast, or maybe we do a dual podcast and
Yeah.
we have people call in and bring in their points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to do that, man.
And we got to fish together. Have you fished with
Yeah.
Steve?
No,
No.
well, I was just gonna say to him,
French River, baby. French
yeah,
River.
man.
100%.
Like you said, you were gonna guide. I know we got to wrap this up, but tell us about the 40th season you guys are about to finish, and also your guiding. Like, where are you guiding? What are you guiding for, and where are you guiding out of?
Yeah, no problem. Well, the 40th season we shot last year,
Right.
and it is airing right now. And
Awesome.
there is a ton of unbelievable episodes,
Awesome.
epic episodes.
Nice.
Actually, I just watched one of the upcoming ones, because we get to watch them as they're once they're out of post, and just to kind of pick up different things. And those episodes are outstanding. There was one on Buck Lake. I've talked about it on Diaries. But Dean and I were we
What
were
a
the
combo.
guys.
That's a combo.
We were the
I love
guys.
it. Yeah.
Going to Buck Lake, and John Moffat, the owner of Buck Lake Lodge, talked to Pete the year before and said, "Listen, I'm onto some big walleye on this lake. Like, I'm onto some big ones. You got to come." So we went, and it was Dean and I who got the green light to do it. And Pete, he was in one of the tenors from the lodge, right?
So you went old school.
Yeah, and we had Rick, our cameraman,
Okay.
and Dean and I in a bigger boat from
Okay.
the lodge.
Yeah.
We all had the live scope and everything.
Yeah.
And we're out there fishing away, and John took us right to the spot. And this spot was as wide, maybe twice as wide as the hall.
Okay.
And it was a channel that went in behind an island, and then right in at this mouth. And we have the live scope, and we're in there fishing 3 days.
Yeah.
We go in there, not seeing anything on the live scope. We're not catching, and I've been involved with live scope a lot, but Pete is the one that runs the live scope.
Yeah.
And I usually drive the boat.
Yeah.
And Pete says, "Steve, fish right there."
Yeah.
Right?
That's the Babe Ruth.
But I'm accustomed to seeing it, to using it. And we focused a little too much on the live scope, didn't catch nothing.
Wow.
And finally, after the third day, we come out of that spot. There was another place that we had found that was producing great, but 15, 16-inch walleye.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Pete, I don't know. You go in there and see if we missed anything. Why don't you take Rick in your boat?" And because he had been using GoPros the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So that's
And-
good the footage. Okay.
And we weren't we set it up, but we weren't. This was Dean and I doing this show, right? Anyway, Pete goes back in there, and in that, right after we left, and in about an hour, he come back out. He said, "Well, yeah, I got a couple," and Rick, the cameraman, was like, I'm making big signs with my hands for those of you listening, and
Yeah.
and like 3, 4. Well, guys, go and watch that show.
Okay.
Go and watch that show, because what I will tell you is there was about 5 minutes of that show that was actually shot with our cameraman, and that was the 5 minutes that he was in the boat with Peter, and the rest of the show was shot from Peter's GoPros. And Dean and I made the episode that we were supposed to be featured in. We got on, you can see us from a wide shot at the shore lunch.
Good old boat ride.
Oh, yeah. Boat ride
good old
stole
boat
the
ride.
show, baby.
That's awesome.
And it was one of the, I'm going to say, probably one of the best walleye shows that that the Fishing Canada show has aired.
Wow.
You know?
So
awesome.
is Bo Rod, when you guys wrap up from shooting, I've heard rumors that as soon as he gets back, and then he's personally fishing in his free time with them.
100% true.
He's like right back at
Absolutely.
He's
it.
a
He gets
Absolutely.
rid of the cameras and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So he's
100%.
not a camera fisherman. Well, you can do both, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing with Peter is we'll go on a 21-day shoot.
Yeah.
And he's in a hurry to get home from the 21-day shoot
Yeah.
because he's going fishing with his buddies on the weekend.
Yeah.
Right? So he'll
He's a
fish
real
21
deal.
days.
Nut job.
He's a
21
real
days,
dude.
and then he'll get home, give
Lunatic.
Lisa a hug and a kiss, and he's gone Saturday afternoon. He'll be back. Then he's gone Saturday morning through to the afternoon, Sunday morning through to the afternoon, and absolutely, he is a nut.
I
Yes,
can't.
there's
I
no
can't
doubt
wait
about it.
to get to that stage of life where I come back from a fishing trip, kiss my wife, and say, "Ciao, I'm out."
Yeah. So he came back from his job. He came back from his job
Yes.
to do his hobby.
Yeah, that's what you got to
man.
sell it as.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So, brother, you got the show and you're guiding. You
Yep.
said you mentioned guiding.
Yep.
Tell us how people can book you and what are you guiding for and where?
Well, there's a couple of things that I'm looking at doing, and number one, first and foremost, is renting the island. I'm blessed that when I owned Chaudière, I bought a 18-acre private island across from it.
You did?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good for you.
Yeah, I used it for 5 years before I sold as a different experience.
Okay.
And rented it through Chaudière. But when I sold Chaudière, there was no way it was going with it. I would have never sold Chaudière without having a
Okay.
piece of the French
Good
River.
for you.
Because
Good
the
for
French
you.
River, once it gets into your blood, like
Oh,
it never,
yeah, yeah,
leaves.
You know that.
It never leaves. So I've got a cottage and a couple of bunkies on it, and they're very clean, traditional cottages. It's a 1950 Sears cottage kit.
Oh,
Really?
Is what it is.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's again, it's got everything you need. TV. I love it. I love it. You don't take your shoes off when you walk in the front door and worry about, you know. It's a cottage.
I love it.
And it's in one of the most beautiful places on the planet. The Upper French River has everything you need and you want. Like, I mean, trophy northerns. Wow. I'm stretching it when I say trophy northerns. Lots of northerns, trophy muskie for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of smallmouth bass.
Yeah.
Largemouth bass fishing's great. The scenery, so I'm doing that, and I'm incorporating day guides. I'll guide out of Chaudière if all of my old friends and guests want to go. Like,
That's cool.
I do that, and I've also partnered with Will Pulowski a little bit, and I'm going to do a little guiding out of Two Rivers Lodge in Kenora. So,
That's awesome.
So you're making up for all the fishing you didn't do when you were a lodge owner.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
yeah,
You got to teach Lou some spots because he is losing his lower ends a lot on the French River.
Yeah, that happens on the French.
How many
Yeah.
you go through?
I've gone through 2.
Yeah.
Lou.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. At some point, let's sit down in your boat. You guys got to come to the cottage. You come to the island.
coming.
Yeah.
Bring the boat, and I'll make sure that
I'll just follow you, man.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not. Hey, listen. The Lord said it best. I can make you a fish to eat, or I can teach you how to cook. Right?
Okay.
And I'll teach you how to stay off the rocks. It's
But the rest is on you.
yeah.
Well said, brother. Well, thanks a lot for stopping by, brother. It's always a pleasure catching up with you.
Hey, boys.
You know, we became close friends, and I'm so glad to have you.
Hey, no problem.
Stop by, and congratulations on everything you're doing, brother, and wish you all the best of luck. And enjoy the show, brother. Walk around. Spend some dough, man.
Yeah, well, I did that on Friday. I was here for the early birds.
Yeah.
Right on. Thanks, boys.
All right. Have a good one, buddy.
Hey, Eating Wild listeners, are you still searching for that perfect boat?
Extreme Marine London has got you covered with new and used boat sales, service, and professional installation of marine electronics and accessories. Visit their London or Kingsville, Ontario locations today and get ready to make waves and catch that fish of a lifetime.
Extreme Marine is your one-stop marine shop. Check them out at www.extrememarinelondon.com and follow their journey on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to tell them that the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
All right, guys, we're back. It's the Eating Wild podcast at the Toronto Fishing and Boat Show 2026. On the panel right now, we got Cody Kovanchek. We got NJ from Muskies Canada. We got Mike from Muskies Canada. And I know, Mike, you've been on earlier, but there was a topic here that NJ and I were talking about, actually with my kids, when we visited the Muskies booth. We were talking about fish handling, and we were talking about things that the ministry is maybe not kind of working with us as much as we want them to. So don't be worried about not saying anything in particular, okay? You guys can share everything here. It's the Eating Wild podcast. We like being a little bit more forthcoming here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're not going to ruffle any feathers here.
That's right. We're not here to ruffle feathers, but we like being honest. Okay?
We want to be nice to the ministry.
Yeah, of course.
They do a lot for Musky Canada.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So the safe handling of fish.
Bring the mic closer.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
Perfect.
safe handling of fish. When you catch a muskie, I have a philosophy that you should do everything once the fish is in the net, and the net should be big enough to act like a live well.
Yeah. Okay.
So it has space and doesn't get overly stressed. So you get the fish in the net, you get the hooks out of the fish, and the safest way of doing it is by cutting the hooks. You won't just cut those hooks because they're cheap. Hooks are pennies. Getting one in your hand, it's painful, and it's going to take you like 5 hours in the hospital to get out.
Right.
So just cut those hooks, get them out of the net, get them out of the way, get your bump board ready to measure it, dump it in the water, lay it out on the back of the boat, make sure it's wet so you don't bake the skin off the fish. Get the fish, get it out of the net, put it on the bump board, get the measurement, get your picture, and release it. And you want to do it all in one breath.
In one breath. What does that mean?
Take a breath like,
What he means
and
is
you hold it.
have that fish out of the water as less as possible, under a minute.
Yeah.
So,
by the
okay.
time you release your breath, that fish should be released.
So I've talked to a few people over the years, and I've heard a lot. Everywhere between like 2 minutes to 3 minutes is basically the max amount of time that a muskie should be out of water.
Yeah, take a breath. As long as you can hold your breath, if you can't hold it, that fish should be back in the water.
There you go.
And a net should be one of the first things you buy.
Oh, absolutely, a big one.
Yeah, I know so many guys that like want to get into muskie fishing. They buy the rod, they buy the tackle, they get a pair of pliers, and they're going to shore only spots. I'm like, you need a net.
No, you need a net.
You catch a fish from shore, you're not dragging it up on the bank.
Like Mike's a professional guide.
Yeah.
On Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake St. Clair. He fishes with big nets. He has big nets. And why do you have big nets? So what kind of nets do you use, Mike?
So I've got the Big Kahuna, the Power Catch. There's some pretty awesome nets. Drifter makes an awesome net. But one of the things I actually have in my boat, I actually have a musky tank in my boat. So when we're out fishing on Lake St. Clair and we have 8-10 rods out, we can't really stop the boat to take proper care of a muskie. So what I do professional and what a lot of other professional anglers do is we install these fish tanks into our boat, and we have running water that comes into this tank from a pump that's outside. And what that does is it allows two things: cold water constantly moving through the fish, a little bit of aeration in the water as well.
Right.
But so pretty much, let me walk you through what happens when I catch a fish in my boat. Rod goes off, client reels in the fish, we try to get it in the boat as quick as possible. We net the fish. I bring it into the boat and straight into my tank with the lure and everything still in its mouth. Okay?
So the fish is still in the net.
Yep,
into
the net,
tank. Everything is going
right
into the tank.
Into the tank.
This
yes,
That's a big tank.
on boat aquarium has got all
pretty
this
much.
stuff in it.
I call it my musky spa.
the musky spa.
Musky
I
spa,
like it.
okay?
I
So
like it.
with the fish in the net, in the tank, I've grabbed my boga grip or my pliers, whatever it is I got to do to get the hooks out. If they're deep, I cut them.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Their hooks are cheap. They're easy, and I'd rather cut it.
And how long can musky? Well, how long would it take for those barbs or whatever?
They come out very easily. Within a day or two, they will be gone.
Oh,
They
oh,
will
really?
they'll work their way out. It's not something to worry about.
But you don't want to leave hooks in.
No, you
Right.
want
You
to
want
cut
them
as
out.
much as you can, but they're going to come out.
Okay.
So we've got the fish into the tank. We've got the hooks out. I roll it out of the net and into the tank. I close the lid on the tank with the water running.
Right.
Okay. Everybody does their high fives. I put the rod back into the water. I get a new lure on it. I replace the hooks, whatever it is I got to do. Now, that fish has been in the tank now for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
So it's almost like
Yeah.
you're already fishing again.
Yeah, we're fishing again. That's exactly what we're doing. Rods are back out. Fish is relaxing in the tank. And the most important thing is the anglers are calming down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody's getting past that.
The adrenaline's starting to-
rush, yep, it comes down. And that's when people get hurt,
Right.
right? They're trying to take a hook out and they're all hyped up,
Yeah,
right?
we've seen it so many times.
So a lot of times with people that don't have the tank, there's a rule where if you're the person who caught the fish, you go sit down and let somebody else take care of it. Why? Because you're all hyped up, you're excited. You might get a hook in your hand,
Yeah.
So let somebody else do it. So once the fish is in the tank and it's relaxing, rods are back out, everybody's calmed down. We take the fish out for a quick picture, and I mean 20 seconds. Like
Right.
pick that fish up, take a picture. You can get 10, 15, 20 pictures with your cell phone in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You don't have to have that fish
and
out.
don't pass the fish
Yeah,
around.
the fish does not.
No, no,
only
no,
the
no.
person who caught the fish takes a picture.
No.
Right. So you take your quick picture, and if the fish is happy, right into the water. Let it go. Head first. Torpedo dive it down. You don't have to finesse it back into the water. You can torpedo it down because it's ready to go. It's been
So
chilling in
you
the
can
water.
tell after a couple minutes of it being in the tank
Yeah.
that she's ready to
Yeah,
go.
and if you take a photo and you tell that the fish is a little distraught or not happy, put it back into the tank.
Okay.
Let the water run, and it's eventually going to regain its strength and be able to. So it does help a lot with good releases, especially in the summer. Right?
So that was my
Especially.
next point of catching a muskie in the middle of August versus catching a muskie end of November.
Yeah.
What are some things that you should be looking out for catching and releasing a fish like that?
You don't want to stress it.
Yeah, stress is a big thing, and especially in the summer when that water is reaching 75, 80 degrees, especially on the surface, there's not as much oxygen, especially in that top 2 feet of water. So we want to give that fish every chance it possibly can to revive itself. So if you just catch a fish, you bring it in, and it's exhausted, you get the hooks out, and you just let it go, there's a good chance it might go belly up.
Right.
Right. So we want to do everything possible that we can to protect that fish from dying,
Yeah.
protect it from stress. And that's just one of the little things that we do. So a lot of people, if they're only running 2, 3, 4 rods, they can stop the boat, bring all their rods in, have it at the side of the boat or even in the net. Leave it in the net, just swimming around beside the boat. And that's going to give that fish a lot better chance for survival.
Right on. Right on. Perfect.
And Mike's a professional guide. Like he's on big water, but for the average fisherman, like we don't have that release tank. The net is your release tank. It's what's holding
good
the
point.
fish.
Right.
So you want to get a big net.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get a nylon net. You want to get a net with rubber on it, big mesh,
Yeah.
so you don't damage the fins of the fish.
So I've seen one of my buddies, he's got a muskie net and he's actually drilled a hole and put a clip
Yeah.
into the handle so that
It holds.
when he catches a muskie, he kind of just rests it on the side of his boat and he clips it into his anchor.
And he has free
Yeah,
hands.
they make those net buddies too.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Net
yeah,
buddy?
yeah.
I'm not.
It's the same thing. Same thing you're talking about.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And it frees you up. So you can have the
You're
fish.
not holding the net and trying
to get the bump board ready, getting your release
It's a
tools
disaster.
and handle the rod and
Yeah.
trying to get the hook out.
Yeah.
No, the net's nicely stabilized. You get your needle nose if you can take the hooks out safely without struggling. The moment you start struggling, cut the hooks.
Yeah.
I can't stress it more. Cut those hooks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cheap. The life
Yeah.
of a muskie isn't.
Yeah. Good points. Good points. Thanks, guys. Well, I got another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. And Cody, we've been chatting before. We got to get you out fishing Georgian Bay,
I know. I went there for the first time last year.
right? So you
It's an
got
epic spot,
you
man.
got to come out to my
A lot of
I'm-
history there.
I'm out in Honey Harbor area.
Beautiful area.
I know there's some big fish. I've seen some big fish out there. Haven't been able to hook one up yet. I need some pointers.
The
Mike.
record's there, right? Honey Harbor?
Yeah,
Or
60,
like that area?
I think it was
65.4 pounds.
Yeah.
Moon
Kenneth
Basin.
O'Brien,
Yeah.
Blackstone Harbor
Moon
on
River.
a walleye rapala.
Yeah.
When they cut it open, and it was just full of catfish.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
amazing.
And
right?
apparently he tried to bring that fish in 12 times. On like 10,
Like-
12
And the guy
line.
was walleye fishing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It was like
yeah,
during a Muskies
yeah.
Canada tournament or
Crazy.
something. Just
Fluky.
random. Yeah,
That's
fluky, yeah,
extremely
exactly.
lucky and lose it.
So, MJ, you were telling me earlier about how the ministry did a survey, I think, of what people were catching out there in terms of muskie size. Is that correct?
No, the ministry does a lot of surveys in the netting.
Yeah.
No, what I was talking about was the health of G Bay.
Okay.
The YouTuber Giants of Georgian Bay, Brandon Badger,
Right,
and myself, we put together a survey because we were concerned there was no recruitment going on in Severn Sound, Honey Harbor, and the Moon Basin and Perry Sound area.
Okay.
And because we Musky Canada, we do release logs that our membership does, and we use that to help set regulations with the ministry in the fishing regulations. And it's
So you guys work closely together with the ministry,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. Like we sit on councils with them, we discuss projects and everything.
And again, we're not here to ruffle any feathers.
No.
Oh yeah, we totally are.
No.
So one of the things I actually would like to talk about here is Anjay was talking about it. So here in Muskies Canada, we have a release log, and pretty much what it is it's available to all our members. So when you go out fishing, we log the fishes we catch, including our skunks. The skunks are important for these logs. At the end of the year, these logs do go to the M&R. It
I
does
can
help.
fill out a lot of those logs then.
So
But anyways.
one of the
We
cool,
welcome the skunks.
But one of the cool things about our logs is, for example, say you catch your first muskie ever. You're going to get a Muskies Canada pin that says your first muskie released. Then, when you release 10, you get another pin that says you've released 10 muskies.
You get a
Then
certificate.
You get a certificate
a
for your
muskie
wall.
certificate.
A muskie
But then,
certificate.
say you catch a really big fish, like a 50-inch or a 54-inch, you're getting another certificate and another awesome pin that you can collect, and through the years have, like I have at home a Muskies Canada hat with all my pins on it.
Yeah.
So I've got
How much does it weigh?
It's so I've got a bunch of 50 inches.
Yeah, he doesn't count, man.
I've got
He
my,
doesn't count.
my 250 release pin, all that wonderful stuff. So, and all this information goes, as I said, to the ministry. Here in Muskies Canada, we take pride that we collect our pins, we have all that stuff. So what Anjay here has actually done is he's extended that program into the normal public. So it's a new program that Muskies Canada is trying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what it is we want to promote how to release muskies, the proper release methods, the release tools, how to protect that fish.
Yeah, and we don't want people keeping them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
We want them to be released.
so what
They need
Anjay's
to change
yeah.
the laws on that.
So what
Yeah.
Anjay's
They
done
need to change the laws.
is
for sure.
he's kind of made that release log kind of for everybody. So say for example you take your son out and you're muskie fishing and you're not part or not even say you're bass fishing and you're not part of Muskies Canada and you legit catch a muskie. As long as you catch that muskie properly, release it properly, and it's a healthy release,
Have a release image.
or maybe a release image, we
Right.
want you to send those images to us. Send it to Anjay. He's going to take a look at it. And if it's, a great fish, great release, all that wonderful stuff that we at Muskies Canada believe in, he's going to send you a little, just a little certificate that you can hang on the wall.
Oh, it's a massive certificate.
Is it massive? Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's
Yeah.
massive.
Oh, massive. It's great for kids,
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
out there
And
with,
it's a big achievement.
Yeah.
Like catching a muskie and releasing it. That's an achievement.
and
Oh, of course.
Right?
Oh,
So
my
let's
kids. That's why
commemorate
my
the
kids
event.
were at your
Yeah.
booth for so
Yeah.
long because they've seen 50-inch muskie in pictures and stuff like that, and they're seeing that replica on your table,
Yeah.
and they're finally seeing it that close.
Yeah.
And now my oldest son
Hey,
is
wow.
like, "Dad, I need to get a muskie."
But you know what? Catching the smaller fish is just as much fun.
Oh, of course,
It's fun. They're
Yeah.
great fish to fight.
Yeah.
They're excellent. No, but by catching and releasing the certificate, it commemorates the event.
Right.
So you have that. you don't have to keep the fish. You safely release it. You're helping the environment. You're helping the species,
Right.
and you're getting a certificate. And it's a personalized certificate with a Musky Canada emblem on it, and you can have it framed on your wall and something to be proud of.
But the main thing with these certificates that we want to, point out is it's your safe release of that muskie.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that everybody understands that we want you to earn the certificate. We don't want to just give it to you. We want to know that you released that muskie properly, that it's off swimming, you cut the hooks, you did everything in your power to make that muskie survive.
Yeah.
And that's the point of this project.
Right.
We want to share that philosophy, the way of life of a musky fish, and save them. And if you take the time to release it properly, we want to reward you with a little certificate.
You guys
Right?
hunt, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of hunting. So if you removed all the wolves out of the woods, right? What happens to the whole deer population?
Too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they start eating the grasses, and then there's no
They starve.
small vegetation, and everything goes to whack.
Yeah.
Right. A muskie is similar to a wolf. It's the apex predator in the water. You have to have it. It's also the canary in the coal mine. So if something starts happening in the aquatic environment, the first indicator would be the death of the apex predator. Right? So Musky Canada, we want to protect that apex predator, but we also want to protect the aquatic environment.
So you guys, you're also really interested, not just seeing, like you said, if you get skunked, you guys want to know, right?
It's important.
It's important. So even those small fish, if someone's catching a 24-inch muskie,
That's even more
a
important than a
36
50-inch.
So why? That's what we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Why are those smaller fish
Give you
really
an example.
important to know about?
On Georgian Bay, you fish Severn Sound and Honey Harbor. Our membership, we catch a lot of, I'm not boasting, but our membership gets a lot of 40s, 5s, 48s, 49s, 50s, 55s. That's quite common. And those fish are being reported, and the numbers are good. But what's not being reported are the small fish. Like, is there recruitment going on? Is there spawning going on? Is the spawning happening in a very productive way? Is it healthy? Like, do we get 20-inch fish? Are we getting 17-inch fish? Are we getting 11-inch fish? Are we catching 30-inch fish? Because that's the next generation of fish. And if there's no recruitment, the species is going to die in that area. And the unique thing about Georgian Bay, every river system flows in Georgian Bay has its own unique DNA strain. Right? The muskies have their own unique genetic strain. And through that genetics, they're more, they won't get so many diseases. Like, they're able to fight off certain bacterias and stuff that's happening in the water.
Right.
Like, you get a healthier fish.
Sure.
And the bigger the fish, the healthier the yolk sac and everything else.
Yeah.
But there has to be recruitment. Otherwise, the species dies out.
Do you think those fish are staying up in the rivers longer, and that's why you guys aren't catching them in the areas that you're catching, like the big 55s and stuff?
They don't all spawn in rivers. They're around the river mouths, maybe a little bit in the flows. No, there's a big surge of gobies going on in Severn Sound and Honey Harbor. You fish it, you see a lot of shoreline development.
Yeah.
That's destroying habitat. So it was a concern. There was no recruitment.
Gotcha.
And with Brandon from the Giants of Georgian Bay, our Health of G Bay survey, we have discovered there are young fish. So that's positive. So there's recruitment. The system is functioning as it should.
Going back to, Cody's comment earlier, which I've always thought was so important, is why do you think that the ministry is not making muskie a complete catch and release type of fish?
They have. They list and Andy Pappas was our science director, and he had the size increased to 54 inches on Georgian Bay.
To keep?
It has to be 54 inches for you to keep it.
Is that the only place where that is?
Well, no, I think it's different in different regions.
It's different in different regions.
So, for example,
like
Lake
St. Clair, the guys are keeping them, right? If they're over, what is it?
Well, what is it on St. Clair?
44.
Yeah. And in the quarters, it used to be 28 inches.
That's crazy.
That's a baby. That's like a 9-year-old child. Like, it's not even reproducing.
Why even keep them at all, right? Like, they're a sport fish.
Yeah.
Like, do you think
that's our kind of a goal here at Muskies Canada is we want to, stress on how important it is to do catch and release take care of those fish for future generations, right? Not, if you catch it, you release it properly, it's most likely going to live so that, maybe your son 10 years later can catch it, and it's a monster by then, right?
And even if you're not a muskie fisherman, if you accidentally catch a muskie walleye fishing, like the guy on Moon River did with a 60-something inch, right? 65 pounds fish. He caught that walleye fishing. He was a dentist catching on a 4-inch propeller. Total fluke.
Why can't that happen to me?
I know, me too, right?
Yeah.
And the odd thing is, when that happened, there was a Can-Am event going on. So you had Musky Canada and you had Musky Inc. doing a joint venture on the Moon River. So you had all these experienced muskie guys fishing for getting that big fish. And some guy in a yellow rain jacket who doesn't even fish for muskies, fishing for pickerel, catches a world record muskie using a 4-pound repeller.
Wild.
Yeah. It was bizarre.
Do you ever downsize Mike to a 4-inch Rapala?
So no.
Never.
I am actually one of those guys that love giant baits.
Yeah.
I'm a 12, 14-inch bait kind of guy.
Jeez, man.
Guys in the boat that come out fishing with me, they're running their little 4, 6-inch, 7-inch baits sometimes, and I pull out these monstrosities.
And they
what
freak
are you
out.
gonna do with that? And then I reel in a monster, and that's what I'm doing with it.
Yeah.
Right? So
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what Andre's trying to say is we're trying to preserve the fishery for future generations.
No, it makes
we
sense.
want our children catching big fish, and the only way for that to happen is if we take care of that fishery
Absolutely.
today, right?
Yeah.
So
And the aquatic environment.
Yes.
Like if a walleye fisherman catches a muskie, hopefully they know how to safely handle it and release it so we don't remove it out of the water system. Like I said, the muskies are like the wolves of the water.
Yeah.
You need them.
We need them.
You
so
need 'em.
what Andre just said right there, I think is actually a very important point, is that a lot of us are multi-species anglers. You have walleye fishermen, bass fishermen, and they're going to come across the odd muskie here and there. And it's important for us to just share that education with these other anglers on, hey, you caught a muskie. Do you know how to actually take care of it and get it back into the water properly? You may not fish for muskies. You may be a walleye fisherman, but hey, you're going to have one of these giants come in every once in a while and eat your minnow.
It's almost like there should be a prerequisite when you get your fishing license that you need to know how to handle a muskie.
Let's not go there, because
Yes.
if it was me, it would be a written test.
I'm with you.
You have to come out on my boat for 3 hours. Did you fail or pass?
That'd be a pretty good gig for you. Hey?
If you don't get 80%, you don't get to go.
It's kind of like driving. We all feel like we should be giving out those driver's licenses while we're driving down the road, right? But at the end of the day, the best thing we can do is just educate people and say, hey guys, the muskies are out there. They're in there with your walleyes. You're going to see them once in a while. When you do, hey, do us a favor. Take care of the fish for us, please. Don't beat it over the head with a bat and throw it back over because you think it's eating your walleye. No, it's love it. Give it a little kiss, send it on its way. Your kid will catch it 10 years and it'll be twice the size.
Boys, this was very informative, man. It was very good. I appreciate you guys coming on. I got one last question before you leave. Do you ever fish with a banana on the boat?
All the time.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No superstition.
No, none here.
No problem.
None here. I got videos with 20 bananas on my boat.
You rub it on your bait.
What?
Great
This
sense.
guy rubs on it a bit. Okay, so
bananas don't disrupt skill.
There you go. There you go. So I'm trying to break that bad luck for our crew because all the guys are like, no, I love eating a banana here and there, man.
You gotta start taking bananas with you,
right? So I'm like, guys, I'm gonna get all our friends on the pod to sign our lucky banana for 2026. So please get this signed so we can have some good luck and get 50-inch muskies this year.
Gladly. And you know what? When you catch a 50-inch muskie with that thing, I want
taking
a photo
a picture and I'm
with the
sending
banana.
Holding the banana.
Yes, trust me, it's going to be on the boat. Believe me.
Oh
You
yeah.
can have it in your mouth when you're holding the fish.
Thanks a lot, boys. This was fun.
It was
man.
a pleasure, guys. Thank you guys
Yeah,
very
thank
much.
you.
Thanks again,
Thanks
man.
for coming on,
Pleasure.
boys.
Pleasure.
Cody, always.
Hey boys, have you guys ever been to Gagnon Sports out in Oshawa?
Have I? That place is a gold mine. Picked up my new bow there last weekend. Hunting, fishing, archery, they've got everything.
Boys, don't forget the indoor shooting range. Gagnon's not just a store, it's an experience. They've been doing it right for over 50 years.
Seriously? I thought it was just another outdoor shop.
Just another shop. Buddy, it's family owned, Canadian proud, and huge. We've spent entire afternoons in there.
Or skip the trip and shop online. GagnonSports.com ships across Canada fast, Smooth and packed with top-notch gear.
All right, I'm sold. Gagnon sports trip next weekend?
Only if we hit the indoor range first, so I can show you guys how to shoot.
Gagnon Sports, 50 years of adventure and counting.
And don't forget to tell them the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
Man, I'm tired. I am
These
tired.
pretzels are making me thirsty.
Thirsty? You
What
should not be
pretzels?
thirsty.
Oh, I'm thirsty.
You've been drinking something all weekend long. So
Shh, keep it quiet.
Well, we're getting stir crazy.
Yeah.
We've been at the show for 3 days now, and we're a little tired, eh, boys?
Little.
I'm beat. The Wagon Wheel karaoke, me and Lou put on a show last night at the hotel.
Yeah.
My voice took a beating, but listen, man, we were the star of the show, like always.
I don't know.
I don't know if I would say that.
Yeah.
But we did have a good time. We had a hell of a time here at the show,
Sure did,
right?
man.
Yeah.
And we got to do some last minute shopping as well. I don't think we're actually quite done. We might stop in at our friends at Penguin Sports as well.
Yep.
And that's it. We're here to just basically wrap it up. Thanks to everyone who dropped by. We sold out of our knives.
Crazy,
Yeah.
man.
We sold so many spices.
So many hats, man. Like,
And-
there's
And
a-
tag us too if you're using the spices and the hats. We love seeing your recipes
Yes.
with the spices.
Yes.
If you have any suggestions of new flavors, we've heard everything.
Yeah, one
This
thing
week.
I gotta just mention quickly as the boys are walking by us right now, the junior bass boys, like seeing the new generation of poppers out there is pretty cool. That stood out to me. We got to interview a couple of those young kids, and it was cool to see how, you never thought about their parents driving them around with a boat. It's easy if they play hockey or soccer, Lou, because they just have a bag. But imagine your parents into fishing and you got to take a boat around.
Pretty good.
But
Pretty nice.
yeah, it stood out to me, man. I had a great time with you boys.
Yeah, man, it was so good. I can't wait to next year already.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
We're
man.
gonna change something new next year. We're gonna have a year to plan it. We're gonna kill it, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of pressure to go to the Toronto Sportsman Show, so I don't know. Everyone
where's-
that I'm talking
where's
to,
that? Where's
it's
that?
here, right in this building.
Oh.
And I don't
Never
know.
heard of it, man.
Never heard.
No, man.
Oh, hold on a sec. We got a special guest. Hold on one second.
Okay, hold on one sec.
So we didn't get a chance to properly talk to our buddy here. We actually just came by his booth. We spent a little dough over there because
Yep.
he gets us every year. But he's also been greasing us up in the back with bagels.
I
and-
think we were supposed to have a little shot of Japanese water. Does that make sense to you? But we didn't get a chance.
Oh, you didn't get a chance?
No,
I did.
did you get a chance?
Oh,
Japanese
yeah.
Oh
water?
no, that's why I came over here.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna have
I want to let you guys do your
send
business. and
send
then-
off toast.
Yeah, send off toast with some 40% proof of water.
we got we got our good friend Theo from D Style here, and Theo, quickly, man. I know it was a busy weekend for you guys. I'm sure you're just as tired as we are, but give us 2 cents about the show this weekend, man.
Oh, it was a good show. I think expectations wise, it's hard to know, right? This show every year, you can almost count on one day being snowed out. Last year it was almost 2 days
I know.
snowed out, almost
Yes.
the whole thing. So I think everyone's pretty happy with how the attendance was, even though it was so cold out. It's great having people come out and check out the new stuff and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
We love new stuff.
Oh, yeah, we're
Such a sucker for new. It's new, and like, oh, your eyes light up.
and
right?
it's not just new; it's just the stuff that D Style has, and
Yeah, Gangcraft.
and Gangcraft, all their brands. But it's the really interesting, innovative tools that they have for fishing. It's
And
just
not everyone has it. It's a little harder
No.
to get your stuff,
No.
which I like. It's not like, I mean, people can reach out to get, but it's not really Canadian Tire's not carrying it,
Yeah,
right? So it's
it's a little bit specialty, and it's and not even just shops, but even fishermen. It's not for everybody,
Right.
Not that we are excluding anybody, but it's just not for
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, as long as people are fishing, that's all that we can all care about, right? Is something we all love to do and connect over and all that kind of stuff, and that's all that matters. Do we love the new and the fancy? And we've been talking about it all weekend. The especially the Japanese stuff. We had one of the guys here. The guy that was designs his own lures.
yeah.
It's their life's work, and that's why the Japanese brands are, in my opinion, I'm not gonna, bust
You
anybody.
get it. You get it.
Yeah,
Right? These guys have been doing their whole lives, and they just, combined with the fishing pressure and all that stuff, it's just the next level stuff, right? Yeah.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to see you again. That's for sure, brother.
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
and
get
what's
out
next for
fishing.
you guys? What are you guys? Are you doing more shows, or are you guys just?
If anything, we'll do. I'll help out Pro J at a sportsman show, that kind of thing. We don't do a ton of shows. It's hard just being that we're not selling stuff. If we have dealers at a show, then we can help support them. It kind of becomes difficult when, guys, where do I get this? Well, nowhere here, not in the show today.
Right.
So
I like how you're set up right across from Pro-J, so you can showcase your stuff. You can't buy it from you, but you showcase it. You can physically touch it, smell it, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah.
Maybe don't like to eat a little bit of them, but a little sample, or it's just like going to Costco on high-end bass gear, and then you go over across to Pro-J and you make that transaction.
And that's what we've always said too. The hard part about the internet with fishing stuff is, I see you guys bought some jerk baits. You want to hold it up in the light. You want to turn, see how it reacts. You can't do all that stuff online, right? And if your monitor's colors are a bit off, you show up and it comes in a box and it's not.
That's
Give people opportunity. You guys looked at the D-style gelacanth. This elastomer. What does that feel like, right?
Yeah, this is stuff that it's so hard to buy online. If I were to see this stuff online, I wouldn't have been able to actually appreciate it. So having you here is really important to showcase this stuff, and
we love doing it. It's
yeah.
get out and. There's lots of people over the years that I've become friends with. I only see them at this show, but you still, enjoy seeing them, right? But
I can't wait.
I got one last question for you, Theo. When you're on the boat, is it okay to have a banana?
Do you know the whole? From what I understand, the whole
Let's
banana
hear it.
thing.
Let's hear it.
So it's because when they brought bananas from whatever country they were bringing them to another country, is because tarantulas would hide in the bananas.
Oh.
So that is the bad luck thing, is tarantulas would bite people on the boat and they would die.
So don't
That's
bring
the
bananas
whole,
on the
right?
boat because
Bad
of the
luck.
tarantulas.
Yeah, maybe single ones. There's nowhere to hide. Don't be bringing a bunch of bananas in my
So
boat.
do you ever eat a banana on your boat?
I may have.
See?
Hey, well, that's the
Did you
first
catch-
one.
Did
but
you
the
catch a lot of fish that day?
Probably not. I mean, there's a lot of days I don't have bananas and I also don't catch them. So it's nothing to do with the banana for me. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've noticed. We got
I did see that. Yeah.
Did you sign it yet?
I did not.
Okay, so this is gonna be our lucky banana for 2026, and you better sign this before you
Yes.
leave, man.
And we better get out fishing together, and you
Yes.
can bring that with you. For sure. We'll prove it wrong.
That's it, man. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, listen, brother,
That's
man,
awesome.
thanks for coming by, bro.
Thank
We're
you,
always a
guys.
fan of your
Thank
stuff,
you,
and we
guys.
can't wait to come down to Pro J and spend some more dough because we love Jasper as well. We love BKK, and well represented there. And boys, I got to say, it was a great time with you guys as well.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure when we get together, the three of us, and it's memories. It's not even about dough. It's not about anything else other than getting together, talking fishing, talking food, hunting, seeing some great friends, and that's what the fishing world does. Siege gets everyone together.
It does. Can't wait to next year, bud.
Awesome, buddy.
Can I just quickly say, watching you guys this weekend is like there's a trail of smiles and laughters when you guys walk around. Whether it's really seriously, whether it's all three of you, couple, going around saying hi to everyone, shooting little clips, as you go around, and it just brings, it's just a good
We
mood.
appreciate that,
We
man.
do.
And that's what this show should
Thanks,
be,
brother.
right? Yeah.
Thanks very much.
No,
That was
no.
awesome.
All right,
Appreciate you.
boys. Good
Boys,
show.
sign off.
2026.
Fishing.
Time to start fishing, and one of the people I'm fishing with this year is this guy right here.
Let's
Steve.
go.
You got to do it.
All right, see you later.
Ciao.
Thank you, guys.
Launch the boat on the big old blue today. We've got the stars lined up, they're coming out ready to play. It won't be long, they'll be pulling up fish, and we'll be serving them their favorite dish. All the